welcome to my YouTube channel. I've come up to Glen Creran this morning because I thought I'd have a wee bash at autumnal photography. So join me and let's see what adventure awaits. I was actually not sure how it was going to look because I've never been here in the autumn and I wasn't sure if there was going to be water in the river. But it looks like there's plenty of water. Hopefully there's water where I'm going, because I'm going to go up to the mysterious, mystical fairy bridge. I've never been there in the autumn and I'm hoping that Storm Amy, which has had quite an effect on the forest as I've been driving up and the trails, hasn't blown away all the leaves. So let's catch up when I get to the bridge. If you stand here silent, you get all the noises of the leaves, because every time there's a wee wind, all the leaves start raining on you. It's actually quite magical. But I can see the bridge through the trees here. So as I walk down the path, the bridge is starting to come in to view. There's water. I can hear the water. That's a good sign. I don't know how long I'll have the bridge on my own because it's a popular spot, but I'm early enough, so hopefully there's only one or two folks come down just now, or for the next hour or so. But there you have the Glen Creran ferry bridge. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And the thing is, no one really knows the history of it. It's called a ferry bridge just because of its design and its style and those stick-up ramparts there. Let's take a wee walk across and see if we've got a wee waterfall here on the right hand side. Yeah, but look, so we're here in the autumn. I don't know if that's a result of Storm Amy or previous other storms. We've got that big tree now obscuring the view. So this is going to be an interesting shoot this morning. This whole bottom area will be really nice on its own. Somebody's kindly put a step ladder down, so you can get a step ladder down now, which has never happened before, because normally you had to go to the other side of the bridge and then walk up the stream through the bridge. But we'll see if there's any way we can get the views, maybe climb up there later on and see if we can get views of the upper falls. Anyway, let me try and get a composition set up. My first image here, I've got the wee waterfall coming down and then flowing out to the right. But what I've also got is all these highlighted leaves dotted everywhere, and I've got that tree trunk going right to left up through my screen, up through the waterfalls, taking us to the top. Now, this is probably our best portrait shot, but what I would try and do at the moment is get quite intimate in the sense of I've got all these leaves, I've got a polarizer on so I can cut through the sheen of the water. So in areas beside the rocks, the water should be pretty transparent. But the saturation of the leaves is absolutely popping because it's on the darker rocks. And then we've got all the green ferns and green moss round about it. So I'll take you a few images here. I'll also do a portrait image. And when I finish, I'll share these images with you now. I'm going to use portrait here because I'm a little bit lower and I'm underneath that tree. I'm going to lower the tripod a little bit further as well. But while I'm here, what struck me was the yellow and the brown leaf on the log. I've got these leaves here on the rock, and then I've got all the way up to the top waterfalls. And it's a really, really nice composition because what I like about it is it's really dark. Well, it's dark in the foreground, So I'm going to experiment here. I'm going to do an F11, so I've got full detail back to front. And I'm going to shoot at probably a quarter of a second, or maybe 3.2 seconds. In fact, I'll do F11, 3.2 seconds shutter speed and ISO 100. Then what I'll do is I'll do a second image where I'm going to slow the water down to a quarter of a second, and then I'll probably have to reduce my f-stop to f2.8 to retain that ISO 100. So what I'll do is I'll show you the F11 3.2 seconds ISO 100 image. Then I'll show you the f2.8 image. And if you leave a wee comment below and let me know, do you notice a difference? And if there is such a glaring difference, what aperture priority is it, f2.8 or f11, do you prefer? And I'll share these images with you now. Right, so for this shot, I'm going to try and do a vertical panoramic, and then what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around to landscape. So what I'll do is I'll take two shots. I'll take the bottom half of the image, then the top half of the image from a vertical point of view, and I'll stitch that together. And then I'll do the same with landscape, and I'll stitch that together. And I'll share these two panoramic images, one vertical, one landscape, which will be higher, which will probably need 3 images rather than 2. And let's see what difference it makes. And I'll share these 2 images with you now. I've switched lenses. Whoops, it's like flipping here. I've switched lenses, so I've put the wide angle lens on. And what that does, it gives me this rock and these leaves quite prominence in the foreground. I've then got the black tree trunk up through the falls, and then I can see right to the very top of the waterfall. So what I'll do is I'll shoot F11, because then that way I've got full detail back to front. Might do a wee photo stacks. I might do select my focal point at the very beginning, and then select my focal point further up the waterfall, and then I can bring the two together if need be. But F11 is going to be absolutely fine here. I'm shooting 5 seconds because it's really dark. F11, and I'm sitting at ISO 50 as well. So I'll take these shots. I might do a landscape shot as well. I might go a wee bit closer and take some shots, because I wanted to do a wee kind of panoramic close up to the waterfall, the bottom waterfall, because it looked quite nice. And I just want to experiment, because I haven't spent a lot of time in this wee basin area before. So I'll take these shots and I'll share them with you now. While I've got the wide angle lens on, thought I'd make best use of it. I've just come down to the edge because you get a nice 3/4 view of the bridge here. So we've got the ferry bridge. I'm calling these dragon teeth because that's what they look like. And it's so mystical and magical. The light is quite flat this morning because it's all cloudy. I did drive through some mist. I was hoping we would have had some mist in the woods, but obviously it's clear. But you have to make best use of what you've got. So my composition is I'm going left to right, over the bridge, and then I've got the water coming out in my viewer on the right hand side. So what I'll do is I'll take a couple of shots. I'm going to move around and see if I can get different angles from this side. And then what I'll do is when I'm finished, I'll share those images with you now. walk across this bridge and go over the other side. Let's see what compositions we can get over here. Right, we have the bridge from this elevation on the right hand side, which is quite nice because there's that gnarly tree over there on the left, and that gnarly tree is framed by the ridge of the bridge there, so it fits quite nice, and I could get a nice 3/4 image here of the bridge. So I'm going to get set up and I'm going to take that shot and I'll share that image with you now. This is an interesting composition because this image is going to break every single rule, and I'll explain why this image breaks all the rules. So I've got a wider scene, so I've got this big tree that sweeps up and it's bent all the way up. I've got this fern on the right hand side, and then I've got the bridge going over, and I've got the wee cascade on the left hand side. So where it breaks the rule is I've got the tree right in the middle. But what I can do is I can zoom in and then use the tree as a frame like that, or I can turn that round and then I can use the tree to my benefit where I've got it actually acting as a wee bit of frame for that scene. So what I'll do is I'm going to take 2 or 3 different images here, and when I've finished I'll share them with you. I'm being nosy, right? So if I turn round, there's a potential easy walkway behind that tree, all the way up the edge of the hill, because I want to see if I can get the top of the waterfall. I've never actually taken shots to the top of the waterfall before, so I'm going to go and have a wee nosy, and I'll share with you what I see when I get there. As I walk through those trees, we're above the ferry bridge now. And there's a little basin area I was in. I've got the camera set up, and look at this. That is absolutely beautiful, and I mean beautiful. And for a wee second there, all the leaves were falling round about us. So I'm just wondering if I can go a wee bit lower, just to the edge there. I'll be really careful. I think I'll take my rucksack off and see if I can lean in. If I go that side, if I slip, then the tree will catch me. But it should be okay. So the composition I've currently got is, I'm just using a landscape shot because it's such a tall waterfall. This is probably a best vertical shot. So I'm going to shoot it 2.5 seconds f11 and ISO 50. I'll take a shot from this end, this elevation, and I'll share that image with you. And then I'm going to move down, and I won't film it because it looks quite tricky. So any images I get here, I'll share them with you now. Right, the nosiness got the better of me. So I'm now at the top of those waterfalls I was filming, and there's more. There's a little smooth cascade here, and then it looks like a wee lovely waterfall hidden in there. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so how do I get down there without slipping and falling? Right, if I can get down there, I'll set up a shot because that's absolutely beautiful. I am here. Wait, see this. This is like an absolute ice rink. It's so slippy. But I've got some feet on rocks, and I'm just going to be really careful. I've left my bag above me there. But wow, Look at that. How incredible is that view? A waterfall that I've never seen before, and a waterfall I don't think I've ever seen anybody else take before. Anyway, no doubt there has been, but wow, it's absolutely stunning. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a wide composition, and then what I'll do is I've got the water coming down through the top right hand side, sweeping down, and then the water coming out down to the left. But this water in front of me is flowing over all these ribs that are going diagonal. And what an amazing effect. And that little pool in there is just pale blue. It's absolutely brilliant. You've got a dark, you've got a brown, yellow ochre, turquoise, and then you've got the white in the waterfalls. This is absolutely incredible. So I am going to take my time, and I'm going to take 2 or 3 different compositions here, and when I'm finished, I will share these images with you now. Well, that was special. So I'm going to head back down. There's a lot of people down there now, but I'll head back down and see if I can get some space for some shots. Well, that was a really nice family, and it was the woman's 40th birthday today, so they've come up to the ferry bridge to celebrate. What a cracking place to celebrate your 40th birthday. So fabulous. I managed to get some photos for them on their iPhone, so hopefully they'll work out. Right, let's get cracking here. I'll just take a couple of test shots. I'll just share my composition with you. Right, so what I'm doing is I've got the bridge in full glory with the dragon's teeth at the top. The water cascading down, coming into this pool, and it's all transparent because I've got my polarizer on that's cutting the gleam through the top of the water. And to boot, we've got a couple of leaves floating about the top. It's just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right, I'm going to take 2 or 3 more shots, and when I've finished, I'll share these images with you now. Alright, so I've tried to get down to the base of that wee pool of water, but we've got a couple of fallen trees and there's a new fallen oak tree down there. It's making it pretty challenging to get down, so I'm going to be safe. Rather than risk anything, I think I'll end the video here. I was really lucky there where I managed to get that new part of the waterfall I'd never been to, which was absolutely beautiful. And then I got some nice shots at the foot of the bridge as well. Right, I'm going to end the video. Right, so here's hoping you like the video. So if you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that will let you know the next time I post a video. And if the young lady who's 40 today is watching it, happy birthday. And here's to the next video.